All right, all right. Y'all ready? Y'all been asking? I'm ready. We gonna talk about it. Meal prep. We need to talk about this meal prep because I'm struggling with it right now. So my hope is that by making this video and us chit chatting about meal prep, it's gonna help me get back on my shit. And I was debating on whether or not to do this video because I literally just had takeout. I did. But look, I'm all about transparency. Look, I'm struggling with the shit too, y'all. We gotta help each other out because meal prepping is the way to eating clean. Like, this is how we're gonna lose weight. This is how we're gonna get the bodies that we want by meal prepping. Yet it's so hard. It's like I go through spurts. Like, some weeks I'm like on it. Like, you can't knock me off my focus. And then some weeks, like this week, I don't know. I don't freaking know. But what I do know is we need a plan of action. So I'm going to tell you guys what has helped me in the past. And like I said, hopefully as we continue with this video, I'm going to get back on my shit. So meal prepping, why is it important? First of all, let me fix my camera as we talk. Meal prepping is important because we have to be in a caloric deficit, y'all. If we want to get this fat off, if we want these bodies, if we want to get into the best shape of our life, we have got to track our macros, our calories in versus our calories out, our carbs, our fats, our protein. But yet it's so hard. So the only way to really do that, because think about it like this, you guys. When you're hungry, you ready to eat anything. As I got on DoorDash and I ordered me some Jamaican food. It's not bad, okay? It was curry lentil stew with cabbage and rice. That's not a bad meal. It's all whole foods. I talk to you about this all the time. Whole foods. But the problem is I don't know exactly how they're making it. I don't know how much oil they're using. I don't know how much coconut milk they're using. Coconut milk is vegan, yes, but it's full of saturated fats. So I'm not there to monitor it, right? And so that's the problem with takeout. That's why it's important to meal prep because what you want to do is know what you're eating, literally, not what the menu tells you, but literally what you're eating. And the problem is a lot of times, you guys, when we're going to these restaurants, they are putting a shit ton of oil in the food. You guys, 1 tablespoon of, I don't know, let's say you're using vegetable oil, avocado oil, whatever oil you're using, it's all high in calories. There's no healthy oil. That doesn't exist. My trainer tells me this all the time. But 1 tablespoon, which you know for a fact, you're using more than that, they're using more than that, but 1 tablespoon of any type of oil is roughly 120 calories. If you think about how big a tablespoon is, it ain't much of nothing, y'all. So right there, you are probably adding about 400, 500, 600 calories in just oil, just by coating your pan, okay? So that's why it's important to meal prep, because we're gonna monitor what we eat. So anyways, meal prepping is important because we have to track our macros. But how can we do this successfully? How can we be a beast at meal prepping? Well, I can tell you what I did that helped me lose 100 pounds. And for those of you who do the channel, I lost 100 pounds. And I am vegan, and I've been vegan for 2.5 years, okay? So right now I'm going through a little rough patch of getting on my meal prep shit. But I have had months where I have been like an A student, okay? So anyways, what have I been doing? One thing that has really helped me is finding that day in the week where you are the least busy. Because it's all about consistency here, you guys. If we're gonna be successful, if we're gonna be great, we have to be consistent, meaning we cannot just do this for 1 week and then flop. Like every week, y'all, we have to be on it, So we have to be consistent. So you have to find that one day in the week where you are the least busy, okay? For some people that might be Sunday. Like if you work Monday through Friday, you know, you got Friday evening, Saturday, do what you want to do. Sunday, you get in the house ready, you getting your clothes together for work, right? So Sunday might be that day for you where you're just going to lock in and you're going to cook all of your food, your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, okay? Maybe you might do a Wednesday. For me, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what day that is. I'm always busy. But listen, after that I make this video, I am going to designate a day. I'm promising myself I am designating a day to get back on my shit, okay? But choose a day where you can be consistent and you know for a fact when people are asking you, what are you doing today? Meal prep. I'm meal prepping today. What you got going on? That's your day. You meal prepping. All right. So once you choose that day where you know you're going to be the most consistent, Next is time to before you go to the grocery store. This is all pre-grocery store, okay? Make your list of what you gonna get, because the last thing you want to do, and I'm guilty of this, is you go in there for this, that, and the third, and you come out with everything but. No, no, no. And don't you go to that grocery store hungry. Don't you go to that grocery. Don't even pull up in the parking lot if you're hungry. Eat at home before you go, because then you really gonna grab some stuff that you're not supposed to be eating. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay? Do not go hungry. But make your list of everything that you're gonna eat for the week, all the way down to the seasonings that you need, the fruits, the vegetables, literally every single ingredient, and make sure you have it. So that way you can stay on track when you get in there, so you're not just grabbing stuff. So once you got your list together, and one thing I can say that has helped me, I cannot go grocery shopping and cook on the same day. It's just too much, okay? I'm gonna just be honest. It's just way too much. Going to the grocery store, depending on the time and the day in the store, it can be a nightmare. So what I like to do is I'll go grocery shopping one day, and then the next day I cook. But I cannot combine two. You're asking for way too much. If you can, like, you're a superwoman, you're a superman. Like, it's just too much for me. So for me, I'll go the day before that, and then I'm cooking the next day or the following day. But anyways, make your list so you know what you're getting. Next, when you get home and you start cooking, get you some little containers. Like, I got the ones off Amazon. They was cheap. Like, it was like a pack of 40 for like 15, 20 bucks. Like, reusable meal prep containers. So do all that. Also, see, I should have wrote this down because I want to make sure we stay in order. Make sure you're in that caloric deficit. So before you go in the grocery store, you planned out what you're going to eat. You know what you're going to eat. Make sure you put that into MyFitnessPal. Make sure you plug that in so you know, because a lot of times we think we know, but you don't really know. So make sure you plug all your meals into MyFitnessPal. It's just an app to track your food. You could do MyFitnessPal. There's hundreds of others. I just use MyFitnessPal because I've been using it. I'm most comfortable with it. I know how to operate it. But whatever you're going to eat, plug all that in to make sure you're in your caloric deficit. For me right now, my trainer got me at about 17 to 1,800 calories a day. For calories, fat, I don't really track my fat. I'm going to be honest. He don't have me tracking fat. Protein, between 75 to 100 grams of protein for me. But don't take my macros and apply them to you, you guys. I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. There are plenty of apps online where you can plug in like how active you are, your height, your weight, your gender. Like, do that. Do that. Don't be going off of my shit and then it ain't working out for you. Because then I'm going to be like, well, you using my stuff. You got to do what's best for you, okay? But once you find that, and you might have to play around with it. Like, if you're not working with a trainer or whatever, you might have to play around with it. What I remember when I lost my original weight, when I was 340 pounds, he had me eating about 15 to 1,600 calories a day. And for protein, I was about 50 to 70 grams. We gonna have a whole video about protein and all that, but you don't need as much as you think you do. Like, that shit is overrated. But you still need protein. So just the point I'm making is make sure you track in your app before you go to the grocery store. It all checks out. You in your caloric deficit. You know what you get. You're not going to be eating too much for the week. All right, you go to the grocery store, get your stuff. You got your list, get your stuff. Now come home, you're going to cook it. You're going to cook it. Don't leave it in the fridge. I have done this before. I have literally gotten a whole bunch of healthy food and still ain't cook it. It was still on DoorDash. What? Don't do that. Actually commit to cooking it. Please. Don't let all the food go to waste. Cook it. Cook the food. All right. And make sure you use it. I use measuring cups to this day. You can use your measuring cups, get your little food scale. As you put in the food in the containers, measure it out. Stick to the serving size. We're not doubling and tripling nothing. Unless it's veggies. Have as much as you want. Knock yourself out. Go crazy. Have 6 servings. Knock yourself out with the vegetables. But if you doing grains, you can't go crazy, bro. Come on. Like, you know damn well, we're not doing a cup of rice. Put half of that back. We're not doing a cup of rice. Half a cup of rice. And if you're doing a meat or whatever, I think, what is it, like 6 ounces? 4 to 6 ounces? 8 ounces, somewhere up in there? Do that, all right? You're going to close your container. You're going to stick them in the fridge. Look, we have to baby step our way into this because we really have to do this. Like, I'm trying to convince myself, like, we have got to get on this meal prep shit. All right, so you got your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. So you did more than half of the fight right there. Like, do you know how hard it is to actually cook this stuff? Do you know how hard it is to go to the grocery store and be in the lines and do the self checkout? So you are already like on it. Like the fact that you went to the grocery store, you did the self checkout, right? You did all of that. You carry all them bags in your house. Like at this point, you're committed. You are committed to the cause. So that's the hardest part. All right. So then after that, you just gotta eat it. You gotta actually eat what you cooked. But you can do it. We can do it. Like we have got this. So this week we're meal prepping. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts, excuses, nothing. And I'm me included. I'm gonna tell you. Make sure y'all ask me in a couple days what I decide to cook so that I can actually tell you I actually did it. Like, please hold me accountable because I can't keep door dashing Jamaican food. That is expensive and I'm not in control. So that's how we meal prep. That's the importance of meal prepping. And I don't weigh myself every day. You do what you want to do. But even when I was losing all of my weight, you guys, I was not weighing myself every day because you will go freaking insane. Especially if you're a woman, like our cycles be messing us up. I put on a good 7 pounds right before my cycle happened. So don't drive yourself crazy. Right now, my goal is a pound a week. So 4 pounds a month. That's solid. That's good. Slow, slow, slow. If you're going too fast, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get it all back. So don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. All right. So that's how we meal prep. That's the importance of meal prepping. Now let's go. Let's meal prep. All right. We got this, right? Let me know down in the comments what y'all think. If you guys want more motivational, inspirational content, I also have a whole other YouTube channel. It's brand new. Mini chats. But it's more than just weight loss. Like it's overall mental health, being the best version of yourself, all those things. This channel, I'm keeping more like weight loss, fitness tips, all that stuff. So join me over there as well. I post every single day. But let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you on the next video. Meal prep, me included. Bye, y'all.